Hello guys and welcome to today's video. Well, today we are going to talk about, not about this car because that's not that interesting, but about that car. We are going to talk about how much did building this car cost me, because I get this question sorry, asked quite a lot. And today I'm gonna talk with you about it in depth, like all the parts that I ever done to it, how much did they cost, so that you can know if you're interested in building a certain part of the car. Then you know that you don't have to do like everything, so, or you can do everything and then you know how much it actually costs, because let us say the build ain't cheap. So we're going to start with the interior. And there's just one thing that I want to say. I didn't get all the parts new or original from BMW. Because I'm just gonna spill it already. This build, how it sits right now, for everything was 10,000 euro. But you can easily add another 5,000 euro if you want all the parts new and original. So to cut the costs a little bit, I went for good condition second-hand parts, or not original parts, just because otherwise the build would have been a little bit more expensive as it is right now, and some, then we wouldn't have been where we are right now, because like I said, if I wanted to have the interior for new, or the steering wheel for like new, all the bumpers new, then we easily were at a 16,000 euro build. So I managed to get parts cheaply and also labor done very cheap, because I know some people. So it all depends where you get your parts, and if you get a brand new original or not. I mean, some things like the steering wheel you can only get original. But anyway, we will start with the interior, because there is a little bit of noise outside at the moment. So for starters, and I'm gonna switch to the GoPro back again. Okay, so we are going to start with the interior. So like these amazingly looking M seats. And of course I got in the back, not counting the roof or these parts, but like the seats, the door clothing, the rear bank, all that stuff. I paid for around 900 euro. Also not from a new car, because I think new, I've heard from someone that one seat is already almost 1,000 euro brand new, and I paid 900 for the whole interior, which was in pretty good condition, because this interior came from a facelift 1 series from 2017 or 18. The parts were built somewhere in 2017, so it was a 17 or 18 year model, but I think it's gonna be a 17, because that also came from there, and in 2018 they changed that part. But that car got wrecked, so I could get these for a very good price, because the airbags in these didn't go off. Interior was still in very good condition, so the parts from the interior I got for 900 euro. Then these Alcantara parts, unless this one was not included, but I also got these second-hand pretty cheap for 300 euro. New they are like 900 euro, but this was very cheap because this one was not included, so I got it wrapped. But like I said, this is temporary solution, because I will, get this wrapped decently. But yeah, the Alcantara parts that you can see, also like here, they are like, what was I saying again? They were like 300 euro in total. And then the M steering wheel, this one I also didn't get new, because this one is like 1,400 euro. But I got it from a friend who bought it new from like BMW has cars that they part out because the quality is not good enough for them, so they part them out. And this is a steering wheel that comes from one of those cars, so it's a lot cheaper than a brand new one. And it is actually a brand new one, except the title isn't brand new, but still a brand new car. I mean, it's like if you would buy a car from someone who ran it for like 500 kilometers and then sell it, still a new car, but the title doesn't say it's brand new. So yeah, that's how I got a good deal on that one. Then the gear shifter. This is one of the parts that I get originally from BMW and brand new, so it was pretty damn expensive. So this gear shifter was 185 euro, but I just think it really looks so much nicer as the stock one. I mean, got the cool, you know, and performance look, Alcantara, carbon fiber. This is also Alcantara, and it's not that comfy in the hand. That looks very weird, but it doesn't look that comfy in the hand as the original one, which is true, but you get used to it, and the throws are just much shorter and better. So for performance driving, I really do prefer this one, and yeah, it looks very cool if you ask me. And then the last thing that we got was actually for the interior, but I don't know if I should call this a performance modification or an interior modification, but I would say let's keep it at interior. But that's a P3 gauge. So I have my, it does only works when engine is on, but I've done a video on this car, on this thing, on this P3 gauge, and you can see oil temps and 0 to 100 times and RPMs and digital speed and stuff like that. So it's very handy to have, because like I said, on your stock cluster you can see your oil temp. So this is very nice to have, and I paid for around 480 euro for it. And then we also got like small stuff like the red button and these little trims here and there. I also used to have one here, but I removed that with trim. So all that combined, so all those stuffs combined together with the car, does make the total interior cost. I calculated here on my phone, and we have paid around 2,400 euro on the interior so far. We're still gonna do a lot of extra stuff, so this will not be the final price, but as interior sits right now, like how I showed it you, this is 2,400 euro, with the most expensive parts being the steering wheel, the interior, the Alcantara parts, and the gear shifter. And the P3 gauge, of course, but that's not really for the interior. That's more, you know, a cool accessory for the car. But yeah, that's how much the interior of this car costs so much. It will be more when I install the roof rack and I do an Android screen, sound upgrade, which I'm also planning to do, and then, you know, so we will be at the 4,000 or 5,000 euro range at the end, but for now 2,400 euro. And now we're going to focus on the performance parts of the car. So if you're like, I want to have my car perform the same as you do, but I don't care about looks and stuff like that, I understand. So now I'm going to talk about all the modifications that I've done to the car, which will have it perform better. So the first modification that I've done was the engine cold air intake, which is a very nice kit. Like I said, you know, it's a cool aluminium housing. It has a shield from the heat from the engine, so it will work way better. And also, you know, like here is the air duct, and it goes like this and just works like OEM. So the intake has a very good place for cold air, and also the sound is pretty nice. So yeah, as you can hear, it really makes the car sound a lot cooler, but that intake was around 450 euro. Then the engine got tuned, so the engine retune was done at B Air Performance, and they are definitely not the cheapest one, but I do trust them. They have done some great work. And the engine tune, I got a little reduction back then because they had like a promotion, and I think if I was correct, I paid 500 euro. And that really, you know, made the car a lot faster, but really like a lot. If you would just do any modification to 114i, it would be a tune, because it really beefs up your car from 102 horsepower to around 220. So it really made the car a lot faster and, you know, fun to drive. So yeah, that's really one of the biggest gains that I actually had from the car. And I think it's still my favorite all-time modification, because if they would give me a 149, they said you can only do one modification, it would be a tune, because it makes the car so much faster. So the next modification that I've done to the car for performance wise were the brakes, and these help for the heat a lot, because I did some track days, brakes were overheating pretty fast, and I mean, you go from brakes that were designed for a 100 horsepower car, and after the tune you run double. So yeah, I mean, the brakes were a very necessary upgrade. Now they dispatch heat a lot better, brake freight is much later, and yeah, I mean, I like these. Also the brake pads last longer with my driving style, and they were around pads and discs in front and rear, because I also got them in the rear. They were like, I think, €700. Labor, you also have to add that up, but I have done it at the garage from where I always go, from Hans, and he did it for free for me because I actually had him sell a car. So it was a little thank you gift. Then we also have the suspensions from Bilstein B12 Sportline, and you know, that also makes the looks of the car way better, because as you can see, the car sits much lower, looks way better, but it also improves the handling like quite a lot, really quite a lot. The car, when I just had it, was a little bit soft in the corners, I would say. I wasn't a big fan of it, but now it really corners like a beast. I mean, I can keep up with a lot of faster cars just with cornering. Also the 18-inch rims helped a lot with that, but really I would say that the Bilstein B12 Sportline, even the Pro Kit, really do improve handling a lot. So that was, and they were around €750, but then you also have to add labor, and labor here in Belgium was around €250. Maybe you can do it yourself, but I can't, so it was around $250 so for labor. But I'm not adding up labor because that can be different for a lot of places, and you can do it yourself. So that's why I'm just doing the parts. Then what I also got, we got stage 1 tune brakes, suspension, cold air intake. I also did a new clutch because I actually burned through this one, the stock one, before, because of all the burnouts and you know, burnouts and drifts and stuff like that, and drag race events. I eventually burned the stock clutch. You know, it wasn't that bad yet, but really on a hot day when it was 30 degrees and I did some traffic and I wanted to do some heavy driving, then afterwards I could really feel that the clutch wasn't having it, so it was slipping a little bit, and that's why I went for a Sachs Performance clutch, and that one was around €650 installed. So there actually I did add labor, because the clutch otherwise was around €300, but with labor added it was a little bit more. So yeah. Then the exhaust we got is actually a custom straight pipe. So the exhaust that we got was custom welded, and that one was around €900 for the double M performance look. And then we also did a resonator delete, and it can really make the car sound a lot cooler. So yeah, as you heard, that sound is just way better. And it looks like 1M35i with M performance tips, so that's even cooler. So yeah, you know, is it a performance gain? Yes and no, because this exhaust is lighter as the original one, so we drop a little bit weight, and the airflow is a little bit better, so we got less restriction. So in total, all these modifications, and you know what, I shall add labor on them, but with labor at them, the whole performance gain for me was around €4,500. So to get the car performing like mine, you will need to spend €4,500. Okay, so now we're going back to the exterior of the car, which is also a very important aspect. So we're gonna start from the front to the rear, because also on the exterior we have done quite a lot of things to make the car look as it is right now. The first thing is the M front bumper, which I actually got an original one from a second-hand car. So I paid that bumper around €300. But like I said, it was second hand. A new one itself is like €600 unpainted, and a replica version is also around €300. But I went for a second hand original one, and I also got that painted for another €300. So that would mean that the front bumper as it sits right now would have cost you also around €600 if you want to do it the same way. Then the angel eyes. These are not original BMW angel eyes, but these are depot angel eyes, and they fit when you have halogen headlights, so not original xenon. And I have bought these for around €520, and also put some LEDs in them for around €40, so that my night beam, my beam at night is just LED, so it has a very OEM look, which looks way better. And then my Maxon design front lip was around €160, which I ordered online. And then my kidneys were around €40. Yeah, like you can get these exact same from the site. I sell these, so you can get the exact same ones. And the tinted fog lights, they were €75, and I also have LEDs in them, and they were like €20. So yeah, do I have a little stone chip? No, luckily not. Then we go to the wheels, which I have bought second hand for a very good price. They were only €300 with tires. They have some little damage, which actually I also did a little bit from, but these were pretty damn cheap, very good price, because if you want these new, rims alone are already €1,200, and then with tires you will be looking at €1,500–1,600. So these were a very good deal. I think it's the best deal on the whole car. Then, which I also sell, are the mirror caps and dynamic blinkers. Mirror caps €50, dynamic blinkers I paid €60 back then, because I didn't sell these yet then. Then the M side skirts, these are not originals, they were €180, but I actually paid €530 because I also got them custom painted, because they were €180 without any paint on them. So I painted it, and yeah, it looks way better now, as you can see. So I painted them, and this is also painted in, so it's not a sticker. That's why it was that expensive. So if you ask me, it looks very cool, and I mean, it's not a sticker, and you can really see that it's high quality paint, so I'm a big fan of this. And then the Maxon design lip was around €170. Then same stuff, wheels and tires. Then we got the spoiler, which was around €200. You have cheaper versions, but I actually wanted the one that also goes here around your third brake light, so I actually prefer this look. You also have that stop here on the whole car, so I actually prefer this look because I just think it looks better. Then I also got my rear windows tinted for around €160. There's this little badge in black was €20. Then the OEM blackline tail lights were around €300. The problem with these is, if you want to get them right now, they're out of production, so you have to be really fast if you want these. You can see if these are original or not, because the originals have a little BMW stamp in them and replicas don't, so that's how you can see if it's a real one or not. But like, replicas should be around €180–190, and OEM versions around €300. So just that you know. Now the next thing that we got is the M rear bumper. This is a replica version, so I paid around €300 for it, and I also paid another €300 to get it painted. Then we got the M35i diffuser for the double exhaust, which was around €120, and then the Maxon on the rear. So this diffuser and then these two flaps are 220 euro also. So I think we got everything done for the exterior. Let me think for a second. Yeah, because suspension and brakes I actually did with the performance parts. So yeah, these are actually the little things that I got. Yeah, and also these flaps, I actually got them from AliExpress. They were like 15 euro. I tried them out and they actually look pretty damn nice for the price. So yeah, this is the total cost build of the car, and when I calculate it out, we're just spending a little bit less than 11,000 euro, which was way too much, I know. I mean, some people say, why just didn't you get a 135i? And I get them, but you also have to realize that the prices since I bought this car have dropped very hard since the launch of the F40. So the newer 1 series that nobody likes, like this car was way more cheaper then. It's also cheaper to run. I mean, that's how this car sits is now, let us say 25,000 euro, which is a lot for a 114i. But you have to remember that if I would have done the same mods to a 135i, it would have been more than 30,000 euro. I mean, a 35,000 euro car, and the insurance, fuel consumption, tax and stuff like that are way higher. So I couldn't have made as much content with that car as I've done with this one. Yeah, it would have been a cooler car, I know, but that's for the future. I mean, if I would get a 135i in like a year or two, I can make a lot of content extra, which I couldn't make if I'd already made it now. So if you know what I mean. Anyway guys, so as you know, I paid the car around 14,000 euro, but then I got a 5,000 euro reduction because I traded my old one in. So basically I have spent on this car around 20,000 euro as it sits right now. I'm going to spend a little bit more because I'm just too far now to go back, and I really love this car. I mean, power wise, for the fuel consumption, it's a great daily driver. But now you guys know how much I spent on this car, and it's around yeah, it's around 25,000 euro in total, and then with just the modifications is around 11,000 euro. But now you guys know, if you are like, I don't really give a damn about the interior, or I already have an M car, so I don't have to spend that money on the interior, and not as much as on the exterior because you already have an M pack or xenon lights, then you just know what the modifications cost that you can do to actually replicate this look. But I actually took a car which had none of it, just to be able to put everything on image, just to rebuild it like it is. So anyone can build any 1 series with that budget to this car. Doesn't matter, you know, if you don't have an iDrive in your car, then you won't have certain functions and stuff like that. But I mean, doesn't matter, you can have one of the lowest specs 114i's or 114D, whatever, and you will be able to get this car looking like this for around 10,000 euro. So yeah, that's how you know how much it is. I mean, sure, you can just, you know, like say, do a tune, lower it, and do some wheels and tires, and you will already have a very cool looking car with like black kidneys and mirror caps, and then you will be settled for around 2,000 euro, and you still have a cool car, cut off a rear muffler, and you're ready. I mean, I mean, I can spend another 10,000 euro on this car if I really want to, which I'm probably going to do. Anyway guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys liked it. Like I said, we're a little bit short on action because of, you know, Corona. I'm not driving it as much as I used to, and I can't meet with people to do drag races and stuff like that. So it's all a little bit restricted at the moment. Like Race Wars is also pushed back to a later date, which have yet to be announced. So that was going to be a cool video. But yeah, anyway guys, stay safe and thanks for watching. Bye.